Alright, let's hang out for a bit and talk about getting ready for Elden Ring Nightreign. While RuneScape Dragon Wilds is still getting updates for now, I feel as though I've covered all I really can without wasting your time, but Nightreign is right around the corner and I'm very excited for it. So today I wanted to share with you guys 5 games that I believe will help sharpen your skills for Nightreign's mechanics and combat. Of course, this is aimed more for brand new players to Soulslikes, but of course if you just want to brush up on your skills before launch, these are definitely worth checking out even for the experienced players. Now, as we get into these, I promise you, I didn't go and just find the most popular Souls games I could. I did genuinely do some research and try to find some more unique ones that still provided some level of challenge, or at least focused on a specific mechanic that I feel was beneficial during my time of 100%ing Elden Ring, as well as completing or playing many of the other Souls-like games that many of you have probably seen on Steam. So, first up is Another Crab's Treasure, which is available on Game Pass, so if you have it, there's no reason not to give it a shot. And don't let the cute visuals fool you, this game does come with some challenge behind it. Underneath its quirky charm is a surprisingly solid Souls-like experience that emphasizes 2 of the most essential mechanics you'll need in Nightreign: dodging and learning enemy attack patterns. Now, it can be brutally punishing if you mistime your dodges, especially against bosses, so this will train you early to be precise and reactive, especially if you're new to the genre. This is a fantastic first step. My girlfriend actually played this before jumping into our Elden Ring co-op playthrough with me, and she had mentioned that she felt way more confident after spending some time on this game. But yes, if you're new to the genre, this one definitely helps. Next up is Thymesia, or at least that's how I think you say it, but this is a game with a fast-paced parry-heavy combat system that rewards precision and reaction time. Instead of your traditional stat-based RPG progression like Dark Souls, where you level up strength, stamina, or intelligence and magic, it lets you customize abilities and plague weapons to suit your playstyle. Every enemy has a parry meter, meaning spamming attacks like Dark Souls to stance break won't work. You'll need to dodge, parry, and use interrupts when fighting them based on their attack patterns in order to minimize incoming damage. What I do love about this one is that it doesn't just scale difficulty by throwing more enemies at you or making them spongy to damage, which a lot of Dark Souls type games do. Each enemy has a unique attack pattern that you do have to learn, which is great for sharpening your reflexes before Nightreign. This one also has my personal choice for the one that really caught me by surprise on how much I actually enjoyed it. The combat, once you get used to it, feels very smooth and very rewarding. When you hit that nice combo into a parry, it makes you feel like you're untouchable and you have a chance at a no-hit run on Dark Souls. Alright, next up on our list is Lies of P. This one is a little bit more well known, but it's also probably the closest on this list to the traditional Dark Souls experience of having a little bit of everything from stat leveling to weapon upgrades, and it does nail the fundamentals that you'll see in the game, from tight timing, punishing bosses, learning attack patterns, and it's set in an incredibly beautiful world. The story is fantastic. So if you're looking for a Souls that not only will be close in experience, but gives you an incredible story, then this is definitely the one to play. My only gripe with it was the movement felt a little bit stiff. I do enjoy fluid movement type games, but this one was followed up with a system that seems to want you to use blocks or parries. It had a perfect parry system to kind of ignore all damage coming your way, and therefore I think they kind of compounded that with maybe a little bit slower in terms of dodging mechanics when you were engaged in combat. But even that, with its impressive world building, unique mechanics, and demanding gameplay, I think this is definitely a fantastic game to both enjoy and prepare with. This next one is an older game, but if you're an FPS player much like myself and you're looking to ease into something Souls-like, Remnant II is the perfect gateway drug. It blends a third-person shooter mechanics with RPG elements like classes, traits, and co-op synergy, and it does emphasize exploration and character builds, while still giving you that learn or die vibe that Dark Souls has. So I did end up playing this with my best friend, and we had an absolute blast playing this game. It's still one that we need to go finish, but it really hit like a mix of Army of Two vibe from back in the day, with a combined feeling of like a Dark Souls type of game where you kind of farm enemies, get souls, get points, upgrade your gear and your characters. The one downside that we had to this game was the difficulty scaling. Sometimes the difficulty for it to raise would just meant more enemies or adding more bullet spongy type enemies. But again, that's not uncommon in this genre, as I mentioned before. Regardless, it was super fun. It's definitely replayable, and it's a great way to practice teamwork with any of your buddies before you jump into Nightreign as well. And last but not least, my final recommendation is going to be none other than Elden Ring itself. I'd be crazy to leave this off the list. Not only is this game an absolute masterpiece, it holds my personal spot for the best game. Now, don't let anyone else's complaints turn you off about this game. Yes, it might be a bit easier than some of the past Souls games, but this game opened the door to a new style of Elden Ring gameplay and a door to an even bigger audience for enjoyment. This game was probably one of the best experiences I've ever had, jumping into an unknown but beautiful world, just exploring its secrets. And when I say it is packed with all kinds of surprises that reward players for exploring it, I mean it is packed from top to bottom. Plus, the relevance of this video, and not just me praising it years after its release, Nightreign will be taking place in the world of Elden Ring itself. So, why not jump in, learn the world a little bit, and some of the enemies that you'll be fighting along the way. Hopefully you guys enjoyed those 5 games to try out before Nightreign drops, maybe even found a new one or two to check out. But to my Dragon Wilds community, don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you. While the game goes through some updates, I'll be shifting my focus towards Nightreign for a bit, just to have some variety on the channel. I'm also planning to return to streaming before Nightreign's release, so if you're curious and you want to check out some gameplay before you decide to buy Nightreign, feel free to swing by and hang out. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, a like would go a long way. If you didn't, tell me why in the comments so that I can cry myself to sleep tonight seeking your approval. With that said, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one.